Hey guys, continuing to make progress on the G6 Jeep here. Now, like I described in the last video, I have decided to back half this Jeep, meaning cut off the frame rail. Already did that on one side. You can see here the remainders of my frame rail. Anyway, today I took the opportunity to draw up what I wanted to do in the rear in CAD. Now, this is something that I do typically on my builds just because it helps me out quite a bit. It does take quite a bit of time, but I find time to throw that in there, and then it allows me to fabricate much quicker. My actual templates look something like this, and the line weight is pretty light on this, but you can still see it. I have individual templates for every tube that I need to cut, as well as the angle on the backside of the tube that needs to be cut to make sure that it all fits nicely onto to create the final structure. So I did that already for one side, and that's what I've got here. I've just got it resting in there, but that is what the back half of our truck is going to be. It sits in there just like that. This end tucks inside of the frame rail where I cut it off, and then this end will get welded to the top of the chassis. Nice and simple. It's a little bit longer than the stock deal was. You can see that it sticks past there ½ an inch. Now that was a calculation that I did. Now the reason for that is I'm going to build a bumper on the back. I think this Jeep should have had a bumper in the first place, and I'm going to take this opportunity to tie one into this rear framework. So I'm likely going to do a very simple bumper. It'll probably be a single tube across. Now once I get all of this tube work tied in, I'll create the shock mounts on the front, or on here, similar to how I did the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fabricate the other side of this, get it all welded together into one piece, make sure that it slides nicely into the frame, make sure everything is square like I want it. Then I will disassemble the truck once again, weld it all up. So that is the plan. This is probably going to be a couple of nights worth, because we had the RC CarCast podcast tonight, so it's already 11 o'clock and I've only got the one side done. Since the last time I shot any video on this, I've finished the other side of the rear end, tied the tube structures together, and then welded it to the chassis. I've also begun work on the sliders. These sliders will show through the body just on the very outside edge. The body will get notched just slightly for these to sit up in, and then the body will kind of sit down on top of them to give the look of the Jeep Wrangler JK Rubicon rock rails that people then add the tube structure to the outside. So after that, I do need to fabricate the front fenders. I do plan to use my ring roller to give a rolled upper section to that. I have not tried that before, but it's something I would like to do. And after that, I need to tie that back into the front of the chassis. Once I get that all done, I do need to do some finish welding. I also need to create the rear shock mounts. I need to put the stock links back on first for that though, so that I get the rear end where the actual wheelbase will sit. I had those Wrangler JK links on it, which are almost ½ inch longer. So I want to make sure that everything I fabricate is based off of the ultimate parts that will be on this truck. Alright, this is my ring roller. This is a 3-gear or 3-pulley type design that you can adjust the distance between the bottom two gears to create rolled pieces of either rod or flat plate up to 1 inch wide. I'll be using 3/16 round rod like I've been using with the rest of the chassis. And you turn this knob to adjust this arm here. This arm rolls down to allow a flatter or sharper degree between the three wheels, and that's how you get the rolled effect. So I'll start with the round rod and kind of feed it in there, just get it started, and then I'll put a couple of turns in it initially. Start there with a ½ turn, and you simply roll the rod back and forth, then increasing the amount of bend in it, continuing to roll the rod back and forth. It takes several passes to get the desired effect. Alright, then I will pull the piece out, and that's given me my rolled radius. Now I did a short section on this because that's all I'll be using for the front fenders. I just want a short section that'll come up and terminate towards the front of the grill. Alright guys, the chassis work on the truck is all done. I've got it painted and everything, so I'm ready now to move on with the rest of the build. There'll be little details that I'll have to work on here and there just to finish everything up, but it came along real nice. You can see here I added some tabs to install some electronics plates and battery holders, things like that. I didn't exactly know where everything was going to go, so I just made some provisions ahead of time. I'll put some aluminum plates over these to allow myself nice, easy mounting. I'll drill some holes in them and be able to attach the plates down. Beyond that, everything went real smooth. Suspension works exactly like I'd like it to. It goes all the way down to about 1 inch of ground clearance, even a little less. My suspension links up front and my steering links up front clear nicely. The truck articulates well without any binding or any interference of any of the parts. So I think we're pretty set. Looking forward to moving on with the rest of the details of the build, like finishing up the steering, the electronics, all the little details, and painting the body, of course. Something I haven't done is figured out my body mounting provisions. That is something that I am a little concerned about, but I'm sure something will work out in the end. But like I said, just a few little details that I'll have to run across while I'm working on it. But for now, that's how the truck sits. Looking forward to getting things wrapped up and getting this thing actually running. I've got a lot of upgrade parts to install in this thing as we go, but I think I might try and just get it running as soon as I can and then upgrade as I break and destroy things. I do have a teak and rock 412 here that needs to be rebuilt, but that I think is what's going to find its way into this truck. So I think I'm going to go with some good sized power right away so that I can, you know, test the truck as hard as I can and push it to the limits of what I put in it. So that's what I got for now, guys. I'm kind of rushing through this video because I need to get upstairs and hit the sack for the night. So that's all I got. I'm gonna try and get this video put together and posted tonight for you guys. But looking forward to finishing up this truck, and we will see you guys in the following episodes on it.